welcome to round one of Total Super Series 97 at AA Kyalami. It is extremely hot. There's going to be lots of action today, especially from the super truck category. These awesome machines are going to entertain the big crowd that has been assembled already. The bikers have been saying that the circuit is very, very quick. So we are expecting a big day of spectacular action. So let's get right into it. Colin, what is the difference in dealing with these two vehicles?
Well, the Sandmaster is a lot more fragile and you can hit the bumps a lot harder. With a 4x4, you can't actually hit the bumps as hard, let's put it that way, and that's four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive, you've got more handling through the corners, you can take the corners on the inside, so it's a different driving style completely. Four-wheel drive to a Sandmaster.
And the special category, the super specials are underway. 13 of these weird and wonderful machines are in action. This is the first race of the Total Super Series in 1997. They're certainly flying. And Pump 5 in number one, the champion, is in second position. Alongside him is Max Moore. As they all start going down, the man to watch is number 88. That's going to be Butch Carolyn. You'll see him coming to the picture now. They certainly cover the ground very quickly. They've built with one purpose, to cover rough ground quickly, and that's what they do. Coming up towards us, it looks like it's Max Moore in the front, and then it's Butch Carolyn's in the back. Pump 5's in there as well. They come up through this S-bend. It's a very narrow S-bend, and in the front we've got Max Moore and Butch Carolyn. That's him there, sliding his way to number 88. He's on a charge. Going after Moore. Moore's won off-road racing up in the northern, up at the top of the northern province, and they all keep streaming down towards us. Nice wide circuit so they can take different lines as they stream through this. 13 of these in this category, all rear-wheel drive, rear-engine vehicles. Number 2 in the front, Max Moore's in the front. There's Carolyn. No, that's Pump 5, the champion. Wolf-Peter Pump 5, that's Sturm Jacha. It's Carolyn in the front. It's Max Moore. Then it's Pump 5 coming up behind him. That Beetle Turbo, that's Jackie Jabir, the Jojo Tanks one. That's got a turbocharged Volvo engine in the back of that one. It's Carolyn. Then it's Moore. 7 is the third man. Harry Roscott's coming to the picture. Pump 5's fourth. Then it's Jojo Jabir. That's Jackie Jabir in first spot. Slipping and sliding, but very capable vehicles. We've had one going to the other. And number 1, Pump 5, was pushed out of the way at the bottom of the hill, rather unceremoniously. The other one limps away. There's Jabir. It's a very hot vehicle, that one. Might be bringing the safety car out there. That's Jabir and the Jojo Tanks one. Right, the safety cars come out, they line up in order. They're not allowed to get ahead of it. And it'll take them around until they all form up behind him, and then they'll get this race underway once again. Right, they're racing again. Well, Carolyn's well ahead of them all. He can afford to actually load. Safety vehicle's gone off. Very capable vehicle. This man is not in second position. He's actually way down. He's actually left behind, and here come the others. They don't know whether the others are coming up here. They don't know they're racing. So this is really where the race is going to take place. This will be the second man along. It's 2, Max Moore. Number 8 is Jackie Jabir. 1 is Peter Pumpa back in the race. 35 comes through, and that's John Smith in the Chenworth. Beautifully prepared vehicles. There's Jabir's Volkswagen Beetle with that Volvo engine. Max Moore comes through, then it's Jabir. Pumpa on his tail. He's got John Smith in the Chenworth, very much on his tail. Nicely balanced vehicles these. They basically do a lot of jumping, pretty level. Oh, don't roll him over there. The two of them go Pumpa. He's in the wars here today. Pumpa and John Smith have collided and rolled, and they're going to have the safety car out once again for this one. And they've only done 4 laps of this race, and this will block the circuit once again. Spot some of the back markers. It's going to be for it there. There's only a few laps left in this race. In fact, they're going to go into their last lap now. This is the last chance there for for Jabez. We've got just this one lap to do. That's just 1.5 Ks to do. And Jabez starts to taste blood here. He knows that he can get at him. Further back is Moore and Robert Walk in third and fourth. And Jabez got another few corners to go to take him as they go down this very steep hill to the bottom of the circuit. The starting area in the pits. Now it's starting to climb up the hill. Carroll will know he's there. And he's got him. He's going around the outside of him. Jabez got him. They neck and neck as they come up towards us. Now it's Carolyn. And Jabez got in front of him. Jabez got in front of him. He's timed it to perfection. Just waited his time. And Carolyn is going to lose this race after dominating this race. It's the last lap. One corner to go. Jabez gets it and Carolyn can't do it. He goes into the side of the bank. And Jabez gets it ahead of Carolyn. Well, he timed it to perfection. He just kept the pressure on the Jackie Jabez, that Jojo Tank Beetle. Here is very hot in there. But a great performance. He just left his effort to the last lap. In third spot, we've got Max Moore coming through ahead of Robert Walk, and they come home in third and fourth position. So, first race of the Total Super Series for the Super Special category goes to Jackie Jabez in the Jojo Tank Beetle. Second was Vic Scolan. Third was Max Moore, and in fourth spot was Robert Walk ahead of Wolf Peter Fumfa. Can you believe it? Back in the race, Fumfa came home in fifth spot. 38 motorcycles ready to go. They're going to be racing for 8 minutes and a lap, and this is going to be action all the way there. Wanfleet is 201. Peter Wrigglesworth, one of the leading riders. They come at the uphill start, coming all the way up the hill. As they get as much traction, they sit towards the back of their motorcycles. 102 in the front is Pete Pinner on the Honda 125. He's got to the front. Then we've got Sean Dell just behind him as they come through this S-bend. Over the first of the jump. 102 is in the front. That's Pete Pinner.
And Pinner just found himself a new sponsor this year, and he certainly wants to show his sponsor. This is a very, very good pre-race for the motocross season, Roger. So they're trying to see their speed, set their bikes up, and there's a whole lot of riders. There's been a crash on the first corner going up the hill, and look at the way those bikes are lying on top of each other. That's number 67, Simon Shaw. He's trying to get his bike off, but look at them. They seem to be okay. It's amazing how these riders crash, and they just don't seem to get hurt.
You always expect them, in 164's Mike Lawler, you always expect them to be all carried off. They untangle themselves and get back in action. We've got a new leader, 34, Freddie Ferree. He's a South African three-time champion on the Elna Fox. Kawasaki's in the front, and Freddie's going to be hard to beat.
He's going to be very difficult. He's one of the fellas that is looked at to be a champion again in 1997, but he's got his hands full because Piet Pinard has got the new rider. Look at the way they go. 84 looking just behind him there. That's Sean Nell having a good ride as well. But the dice is between these two in the front, Roger.
It certainly is. Freddie Ferree, he can fly. 3 South African Championship, he run them in a row. He came second last year, and the heads are down and going, or they're just having a little glance over their shoulders as more competition comes into the picture. Expect 201 to come in the picture shortly. Just behind them, we've got 33s in there too. That's Jason Newton. He's also going well. Flying down this hill. It's a very, very steep circuit. A circuit that might be used for a World Championship Motocross Grand Prix in the future.
Now we've had some inquiries about having the 250 World Championship race here in 1998, and this is most likely the track to be. But 34 in your picture, that's Freddie Ferree, South African champion at the end of last. Oh, somebody's gone and dumped it. As they went through that little dip there, it was 33 that went down. That was Jason Newton. He's got going again. He's moving across off the circuit. Just breaks the tape as he gets back on the circuit. These guys are serious. There's the leader now in your picture, looking behind you, and he knows that he's got himself quite a good lead now, Rod.
Well, Elna's in Superbike racing. They're also here in the motocross scene in the off-road and Super Series, and they've got the right riders here. Topless in the front. 84 behind him is Sean Nell. 102 is the early leader that we had in this race, Pete Pinard, and these riders are flying. All on 125 Kawasaki's and Hondas. The red mudguards are the Hondas, although they're all changing their colours so much these days. But this has been running at a furious pace.
and hard braking. You can see how the back end just slides around as they come down that hill. Freddie Ferree's got the race fairly much in control at the moment. That's him in your picture going down. You can see how he stands up and then sits in the turn. That gives him extra stability through the turn. Stands up and then sits down in the turn as he goes by. Then it's number 84, that's Sean Nell. He's in that second place. He's followed through by 102, that's Piet Pienaar. Watch out for number 1, Riaan van Niekerk on that KTM is starting to catch these front runners. Piet Pienaar, looking behind him at the present moment of time is the leader. You know, when you're up there in the front, Freddie Ferree, he knows that his hands are full, but watch out for Riaan van Niekerk. He's coming along his way.
He certainly is. He's on a KTM, that AJA Fancar race. KTM, he's a very, very prominent off-road racer. Comes from a motor racing family, he's moved up another spot. He's got 102 Piet Pienaar in his sights. All standing here to avoid the bumps. But 84 going well, Sean Nell. 102 is Piet Pienaar, and 1 is Riaan van Niekerk. He's flying. No sign of Wrigglesworth if he is indeed in this back. 58 is William Gillett on the Kawasaki. Those are the green motorcycles that stand out so well, starting on the way down the hill. And this is flat out racing. This is the early part of the season. These riders are already showing top form.
Riaan van Niekerk, that's the man in your picture. He's moved his way through the pack. He didn't get such a good start, and now he's moving and throwing that bike all over the place, trying to catch up onto the leaders. He's at the bottom turn now as they go through. He looks behind him. All these riders just trying to position themselves in the race, trying to save a bit of energy towards the last bit, because this is when it all matters. The race starts off initially, but you've got to watch out. That's the leader down in front, and Freddie van Niekerk, he certainly is a man that probably has got a very good chance of being the champion this year. He certainly is. He's very, very quick. Piet Pienaar, who's on that new ride of his, he's on the Dynacom Honda. He's a man who's trying to get hold of the man in your picture's leader. There's a bit of dust out there. This is one of the problems. Hard on the brakes. You can see that back wheel actually just lock up Rod as he chases off after some of the tail enders now.
What I haven't seen before, Pete, he's actually got his sleeves rolled up. There's such a hot day. The temperatures are well into the 30s there, and of course you get so much hotter when you're riding. I very seldom see a motocross rider with his sleeves up.
That's true. Normally you find that they've got some form of elbow protection, because I tell you what, if you drop your bike going flat out here, those elbows of his are going to look a mess.
He's going to get serious gravel rash. Well in control. He's certainly looking like a champion already there, with South African champions behind him. 5.5 minutes this race is gone. They come up there on Taylor Rod. They are flying. They know they've been passed in a big way. Mike Lawler, the man who dropped it earlier. Freddie Ferree is looking like a champion. Gets the foot out to steady himself and starts another lap. We've just got about 2 minutes and a little bit of this race to go. And Riaan van Niekerk on number 1 is now in 4th spot. I don't know why he never took up motocross before. He really does fly.
He certainly does. That's him there now coming through on the inside. You can just see that number 1 on that KTM as he goes tearing down that back switch, and they pass these tail enders as though they're almost looking for parking. These front runners really know how to hold the throttle wide up. There's a little drop off. He goes into that left-hand turn, and he's certainly trying to hold himself up. There's some other riders like Gavin Cowley just behind him. But Freddie Ferree, without any sleeves right further down, I mean, he's racing very well.
Well, that's got champion written all over him, Freddie Ferree. Look, he gets the back wheel, he gets it to grip, he slides it out, he gets it to grip, and then starts to power it up the hill as he comes up towards us. Number 34 is the leader, getting past the back markers. 44 is Mike Opitz. These are all top riders that he's passing at such a great rate or not. He's looking so good. Can only be 2 laps or so left in this race. He's got this whole thing under control.
He's been racing Kawasaki for a while, Roger, so he knows how the bike works. Apparently the new bikes are working extremely well. Sean Nell still in that second place. Gary comes down the hill looking very smooth. Nell is actually one of the riders that just sort of races near the front, but he's doing very, very well in this race right now.
He certainly is. That's on the Honda. We've got the Elna Kawasaki in the front, that Fox Kawasaki. That's the sign of a top rider getting through the back markers. You've got to learn to do that quickly. 84 in second position. He's just passed number 44, which is Mark Opitz. Here's our leader.
You can always tell a good rider, Roger, by the way he passes the tail enders. You can't wait behind a tail ender. You've just got to push your way through as quickly as you can, because that's the most important thing to do. Here he comes through the back of Freddie Faree. He's chasing after, it looks like number 71, that's Eric Westhuizen. Now watch as he comes up onto a tail end. He just pushes his way past him. 84, Sean Nel, there he is now, coming through on the inside. Also passing these riders wherever he can. There he goes, just jumping past them. He can't wait for them at all. And while we were talking about it, the last lap board has come out, and that's Sean Nel. He's in second place, chasing after the leader, Freddie Faree, but Faree's only got about 3/4 of a lap to go now.
Rian van Niekerk has moved up into third spot. He's just behind Sean Nel as they head down this hill. The tricky one. There's van Niekerk coming into sight now. Number 1 is looking for a second spot. He's behind him. 34 is our leader. That's Freddie Faree. There he is, looking good. This is his first ride for that Elna Fox Kawasaki team, and he's looking so good. Hasn't put a wheel wrong.
Didn't even get the best start. He came from about 6th place straight into first place. That gives you an idea of the speed of Freddie Faree, and I think that all the other teams, the alarm bells must be going off. They say, look at this boy, and certainly he looks fit enough. Here he comes up on Wayne Farmer, and watch the way he pushes through on the inside there. It's 39, that's Adam Walk. But this is the leader now. Watch how quickly he just jumps through here, takes on the inside line. This is him coming through here. Roger's been a good one for him.
Wonderful way to start the season. Freddie Faree comes through in the Elna Fox Kawasaki to win it, and his second spot, he's just behind him. Just behind him as they came across the line, it was 84 was Sean Nel, and Rian van Niekerk was right on his tail. You'll see there's 84, and you'll see number 1 is in there as well. So Rian van Niekerk, why he's never got into motocross, I do not know. He comes from a motor racing family, sidecars in fact. He's done so well in off-road racing. So, a win there. Freddie Faree in the Elna Fox Kawasaki team takes his first win of the series in this Total Super Series in 1997.
Arthur, welcome back to off-road racing. What's your new vehicle like?
It's quite awesome, believe me. It's got a lot of horsepower. It's got nice suspension. We've set it up nicely. The track is very slippery, so the four-wheel drive will be pretty good. I think we might be up in the top 3 or 4 for sure. I'm going heads up, and we'll be in the front for sure.
How does this vehicle compare with the stadium off-road vehicles that we see here as well?
The stadium trucks are okay, but today it's slippery, so I don't know what sort of traction they're going to get. Mine will get a lot more traction out the corners and up the straights, but in the corners they might be a little bit better, but being a bit slippery today, I think I've got an advantage.
This is the first race for South Africa's new Super Trucks in the Total Off-Road Super Series in 1997. And look at them, these American stadium trucks already getting into each other. Cassie could see the champions in there, Stenson Draper just pushed aside Klaus Degner. These lovely sounding big American V8 engines are sounding magnificent as they circle at the creepy crawly one. There's Draper, that monster truck in the middle is the Draper one. They'll have to do something to get around him. Just behind him he's got number 7, and that's Paolo Piazza Musso. The rally driver's in there as well, and in the front it's Cliffy Barker. Cliffy Barker in the Penzol Land Rover is in front ahead of Cassie Coetzee, the champion. The next one, Sky's interview. Those American super trucks have arrived in South Africa, and they're looking spectacular.
And everybody's really excited about them. Look at the way that they take up the jump. It's Cliffy Barker that was out in the front, but now these super trucks, these big Fords are chasing after the front runners. Arthur Harkes goes herring by. 7 is Paolo Piazza Musso. He's going after. That's Cliffy Barker in the front. Right behind him, chasing hard is Cassie Coetzee in that Castrol Toyota Hilux. And then followed there by the creepy crawly trucks. Roger, there's going to be action here.
There certainly is. That suspension soaks it all up. Number 6, you've heard of him before, Wildman Harkes. He's in the front there. In that hug bug, as they call it, that creepy crawly one. He's prepared to put a very high off the ground vehicle, that one. Just on his tail, he looks like he's got Klaus Degner there, and here comes Cliffy Barker, and he's leading the Castrol Toyota. He's behind that Cassie Coetzee, former South African rally champion, won many national championship races. As they pile on the pressure, they're coming up the straight. It's the mine shaft at Kyalami. It's on their left-hand side or the right-hand side. Our left as we come up, Cliffy Barker, Cassie Coetzee. The next one through is Arthur Harkes. And the next one behind him We've got Klaus Degner and the crowd is up and cheering. This is great excitement in this racing. They're giving it everything. It's Fowler, Piazza, Musa getting it sideways. And look at, they don't slow down. That suspension travel is soaking it all up.
He just went inside the tabletop route there, Roger. Amazing, and he's really got the throttle on him. That's Klaus Degner now in the other creepy crawly forward, coming through the turn, chasing after those front runners. But there he is, it's Cliffy Barker out in the Pennzoil Land Rover. Right behind him there, Kasi Kutsia. He's in that Toyota Castrol Hilux, and right behind are the two Fords. It's Arthur Harkis now getting closer all the time. This is going to be a dice right to the wire.
It certainly is. Harkis is on a roll. We haven't seen him for many years. He hasn't been in racing. He's done it all. One roof of Africa's as Harkis. There he is. And Degner just got it sideways. This time he gets over the... look at Barker. He gets over that tabletop easily, or doesn't try the tabletop. Barker in a Land Rover. You've never seen a Land Rover go like this. It's 4.6 litres of V8 Land Rover. Sounding magnificent and beating the lot of them. All these super trucks are behind. As you can see, the white Castrol Toyota, that Hilux. And that's a very trick truck as well from American Stadium Racing.
Well, there's a big crash. The two Fords have had the whole front fenders gone. They've hit the tyres. But let's see as he's going to spin around. It looks as though it's Degner that got stuck in there. He's just coming off the circuit, trying to get around now. He's decided to come off. They came together in a big way there. So that's Degner that's pulled off the circuit now. I think there's too much trouble, but that's Barker. That's the man that's in the lead. Right behind him now, coming on that Toyota and really pushing it as Kasi Kutsia. There's nothing in between these two front runners. The four trucks went to tangle down the back, and so the real racers out here in the front. Cliffy Barker out. The red flag's gone out on the circuit, so they're going to have to wait for the safety car. That was great racing so far.
Well, they brought out the red flag. Safety car will come out. It's Cliffy Barker in the front. There's the clerk of the course has brought it out. They line up behind the safety car while they clear these other vehicles off the circuit. They're in an unsafe position. There it is. Well, that's a great pity there. Klaus Degner was going so well. It always looks worse than it actually is. To be honest, a lot of those are body panels. It's tubular steel chassis they got under there. But very trick and most spectacular are these vehicles. There's Klaus now. Spectacular driver. He's prepared to really put it down and put foot. So, as we finish the first part of this race, Cliffy Barker in that Pennzoil Land Rover, that 4.6 litre V8 in the front. Behind him was Kasi Kutsia in the Castrol Toyota Hilux. And then moving into third was Fowler Piazza Musa. He's going to be in rallying this year in the Ford. And behind him, Arthur Harkis. And then we had just behind them was the super trucks was Mark Corbett was coming in behind them. But it was all action up the front there. And this certainly looks very, very good for the season ahead. As they come up towards us, and he's starting to get closer, he takes another tear off. He must have an awful number of tear offs on his visor there, on his goggles, because he's getting spattered with those stones. They're coming at him like bullets.
Well, it looks as though Peterson was trying to get past Trusty, seems to be holding back the man down. Just disappearing out your picture. Ryan Hunt, previous South African champion, he's now coming into the fray, closing up on Peterson all the time. Peterson's got to watch out because Hunt is on the charge. He's on the 500. There he is in the picture. 777 goes through on the inside. Big difference between these 500s and these 250s, Roger. 500 is a much heavier bike, lots more power, and Ryan Hunt is certainly a rider who knows how to handle it. Going through the inside, that's him taking in. Peterson's got to watch out. Hunt is now on the charge. He seems to have settled. Peterson just in front of him, and there's Hunt just chasing after him.
Is Gary Peterson fit enough to last these 8 minutes? We're coming up. It's only going to be a lap or two to go. There'll be one lap after this to go, and Hunt's on his tail. Peterson looking very, very fast indeed. As they start climbing up the hill, there's going to be one lap to go after this, and Hunter's on a charge. On the left-hand side, that green helmet with the orange number plate. Peterson's being challenged fast. He's been passed. Is it the old fitness problem coming to the fore again as Ryan Hunt has planned it all, got back into second, and now he's chasing after the man ahead of him. No, he's lost it. He lost it out there to Gary Peterson. Peterson charged back, and Michael Trussler is just ahead of him, hitting traffic.
Well, that was a bit unlucky. Ryan Hunt went wide, and Peterson went on the inside. They've got some tail traffic now. Peterson holding on, Trussler's just in front of him. Ryan Hunt goes right and rails that bike off the berm on the outside to get some speed to come up into Peterson's tail. It's still Michael Trussler showing his worth, and the racing in Europe has made a big difference. That's Trussler there, and there's Hunt's got through. Hunt dives through on the inside. He jumps over the top. Is Peterson going to let him have that second place or not? Hunt 777. He's going after Trussler now. And this is the last lap. There's not much left in it, Roger. It looks as though Hunt is on the charge, but it just might be too late.
No, he's just got this climb up the hill to go. He's charging the traffic. The orange number plate is Trussler. Here comes 777's Ryan Hunt and the Shell Racing 500. Honda, they're coming. They've got the S-bend to go. They're coming through the traffic. So Trussler is going down the outside. He might take him the outside of the last corner. Does he do it? He gets into the line. He wins. Ryan Hunt has won this race. Ryan Hunt took him on the outside and he's fallen. The two of them have fallen off. What a dramatic. No, Hunt is okay. Trussler's okay. Hunt is okay. There's another man who's come down. And there's Ryan Hunt wins it. Can you believe that, Peter?
That was just a stunning piece of racing.
So there Ryan Hunt wins it for the Honda team, and Shell ahead of Michael Trussler. The leader throughout this race was Gary Peterson in third position.
Well, at the beginning of the program, we promised you action, and action is what you got. There's plenty more to come, and this is going to be an exciting year right here on SABC3 Top Sport. So don't forget to join us again, same time, same place, next Sunday.